So before I get into this video, I want to acknowledge that yes, it's been a very, very long time since I've uploaded a video. It's been like 30 days or something. That's because I have been doing with college work. Also, I'm just trying to get more stories and do more videos relating to sports stuff. So expect me to probably take a little bit longer with some of these videos because college is very busy. I have to do a lot of work for some classes. So this semester is probably my busiest semester I've been through. I'm not sure how much more college work I'll get. So anyway, I'll try and keep uploading more videos. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video with friends. And now, enjoy this video. Welcome back, everyone, to the ZK Sports Show. I'm your host, Zachary Kimmel. Today we have a pretty huge story revolving around the Baltimore Ravens, and it's been floating around all week. So the Ravens used a franchise tag on Lamar Jackson, explaining all the possible next steps for the former NFL MVP. Baltimore Ravens placed a tag on Lamar Jackson as being unable to reach an agreement on a long-term contract extension. Now what? That's been the question surrounding the former league MVP and franchise that made him a first-round pick back in 2018. Once the tag was officially deployed on Tuesday, and things should only heat up as we move forward. I think I had a video talking about his contract issues. So this has been brewing since the offseason of last year. As you may expect, there are numerous twists and turns this saga can take. To keep you from getting lost in shuffle, we laid out possible next steps that Jackson may face as he continues to search for the exclusive contract extension. I'm not going to read the full of it, but so a contract extension is if a team designates a pending free agent, his rights are secured by that club for the following year, able it at a higher cost at the non-exclusive tag. Had the Ravens placed the exclusive tag on Jackson this year, it would have paid him $45 million fully guaranteed. As for the non-exclusive tag, which is what the Ravens have used in this situation, the player is also attached to a one-year tender. However, it becomes a reduced cost, $2.24 million in this case with Baltimore. That's because there's now a possibility of a player departing as he can negotiate with other teams and they could sign him to. So yeah, this is explaining what a franchise tag is, and I'm not sure if any other sports league does franchise tag the NFL. I think they do. I just know this more from the NFL. So the window for Jackson to be able to speak with teams and field offers will begin at the start of the legal tampering period on Monday, March 13th. So on Monday, he can start talking to teams. Once Jackson can negotiate with other teams, they'll be able to offer him a contract. If when Jackson receives multiple offer sheets, he must choose which one he wants, sign it, and then bring it to Baltimore Ravens, which then leads us down to the possible paths. So we have scenario 1 here, as it's laid out. Ravens match offer sheets. So this is what happens if this is scenario 1. Under the terms of the non-exclusive franchise tag, Baltimore has a right to match whatever offer sheet that Jackson signs. For example, if he brings him a 5-year, $230 million deal with $150 million in guarantees, the other team has offered the Ravens can elect to match, and Jackson would play under the parameters of the contract. At that point, the other team would then be out of luck in its pursuit of Jackson. So we have option 2, or scenario 2 as I call it. Ravens decline to match. Of course, there's a possibility the Ravens decide that they won't want to match what offer sheet Jackson brings to the table. Under the circumstances of the contract offer from the other club would then become official, Jackson would now be signed by that organization, and Ravens would receive 2 first-round picks as compensation. Upon signing the offer sheet and the QB informing the Ravens, the team will have officially 5 days to match. As it relates to scenario number 2, there's no technical another version of which could play out that doesn't include the offer sheet. As Billy Barnett notes on Twitter, the Ravens could decide that they do not want to proceed forward with Jackson, but still sign him to a deal that merely would set up a sign and trade with another team. This could be savvy maneuver by the Ravens, as Barnwell suggests, because it could draw even more assets beyond the 2 first-rounders, as the team acquiring Jackson would be sweetening the pot, so Baltimore doesn't match and retain him. So I'm just going to ignore all this stuff. Jackson will have to wait until March to begin to talk to other clubs, and that's the earliest we could see an offer sheet come forward. After that, we'll be holding pattern until he either signs an offer sheet or comes to terms with his extension with the Ravens. Meanwhile, the deadline for Jackson to negotiate with Baltimore on a long-term deal is July 17th. So the quarterback also doesn't have to sign his franchise tender until after the 10th week of the regular season, meaning this has potential to extend well into the 2023 campaign if things get real venomous. Very interesting wording there. Venomous. Very, very interesting. So, I'm going to play the scenario where he doesn't sign a negotiation with the Ravens because I feel like the Ravens will keep Tyler Huntley. I feel like he's been kind of consistent with them. But I can see Lamar Jackson signing back with him. So, what are the landing spots that you're like, well, I found this article Lamar Jackson landing spots. Which teams could sign a QB? Now, he isn't a free agent, not technically, but with the Baltimore Ravens placing a non-exclusive franchise tag on their quarterback Tuesday, Jackson can begin negotiations with all 32 NFL teams on March 16th when tampering period ends. We saw that in the previous article. Here's how the non-exclusive franchise tag works. Okay, we've already read that. Jackson dealt with injuries over the last 2 seasons, which hindered his production, but that doesn't mean teams will pursue him. On the contrary, the 2019 NFL MVP should have a robust market where multiple teams will vie for his services. So they go into rank some teams. So I'm just going to pick out the ones that are interesting to me. Right here, Indianapolis Colts. Matt Ryan, Matt Schumer, the biggest holdup for Indy would be giving up the 4th overall pick this year and the 1st rounder next year. The 4th overall pick is a lot of draft capital. Perhaps the deal could be swung. So, but Indianapolis, I feel like maybe this could be a situation that could happen. I feel like Indianapolis would want a young QB. They wouldn't want a veteran, in my opinion. Because we saw with Matt Ryan and Carson Wentz, they kind of don't pan out, but Wentz was decent with them. So I don't really see Indianapolis as an option. I don't see that. 49ers, so they say, can you imagine a team with Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle? 49ers don't have a first round pick this year, so they would be one of the teams that needs to complete a sign and trade deal with Baltimore. Yeah, 49ers, it's an interesting situation because we saw last year, I think they started with Jimmy Garoppolo, then he got hurt. Then it was, I can't remember who the other guy was. I'm sorry, 49ers fans. All I remember is Brock Purdy taking over. And leading them to the playoffs, leading them to an NFC championship. I feel like if 49ers are smart, they play Brock Purdy this year, so I don't see the 49ers as an option, and so that's going to be a hard no, 49ers fans. You're not. I don't think you'll get Lamar Jackson. This one's interesting. It would only, for the Lions, it would only cost the Lions $10 million to cut Jared Goff. It would save them almost $21 million, would essentially double the team's salary cap year. They were a freakishly good offense last year. Imagine what they could do with Lamar Jackson this year. That's an interesting point. Lamar Jackson on the Lions. That would be interesting. It'd be interesting, especially with the NFC North. It's becoming more of a offensive league, especially with the Justin Fields, the Viking offense, as well as Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. But we're not even sure if Aaron Rodgers is going to stick with that situation. Oh, wait, it was Trey Lance for the 49ers, by the way. That just came to me, Trey Lance. I can't believe I forgot his name. Anyway, the Dolphins. Dolphins have Tua Tagovailoa, but it's hard to imagine them feeling comfortable with him giving his concussion history and erratic play. The amount of talent they have on the team, they are a win-now mode. They need a quarterback that can get the most out of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. The only hiccup is that the Dolphins don't have a first-rounder after forfeiting it for a tampering scandal involving Tom Brady. Miami would need to get creative. I'm not sure if the Dolphins would. I feel like the Dolphins are going to keep Tua, in my opinion. They're going to keep him. Because Tua is kind of like Lamar Jackson. I mean, he doesn't run around a lot. But he is very mobile. He's still young. But yeah, there is that track record of the injuries he had. So that would maybe be a consideration. But I still don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. The Panthers now. The Panthers don't have much in the way of a salary cap space, but seem to be in the hunt for Derek Carr. So apparently they thought they could make space. At this point, they do not have a startling caliber quarterback on the roster. They might make an aggressive bid at Jackson and figure out their financials later. I could definitely see the Panthers going at it. We saw last year with the QB room. It definitely was swinging back and forth for the Panthers. So I could definitely see the Panthers a possibility. We're not counting the Ravens. Washington. Their quarterback is Samuel Howell. Samuel Howell, of course, they're going to consider Lamar. Their salary cap number is $15 million. It's healthy enough. And their draft compensation, 16th overall next year's first, isn't cost prohibitive. So I don't really see Washington pursuing Lamar, though it could be a very likely possibility they do. The reason I don't see is they're going to more likely pursue more of a passing QB rather than the mobile QB. Because mobile QBs, in my opinion, they can get injured a lot. So that's why I don't really see Washington pick it. So out of all of them, the most realistic one I could see are maybe I definitely see the Panthers being realistic because we all know Derek Carr recently signed, I think, with the Saints and maybe the Lions. I think some of these are pretty unrealistic, like the 49ers, because I think they're going to stick with Brock Purdy, in my opinion. So I do see the Panthers, and I could maybe see the Lions. I don't know about that. That's an interesting one. Are they going to keep Jared Goff? Or are they going to cut him? But let's go to this situation with the Ravens. The Ravens are betting Jackson is going to test free agency, find out the market isn't as green as he thought. Maybe the quarterback will struggle to generate a deal to his liking. Maybe the Ravens are ready to match whatever deal he gets. They must have a sense of what the market looks like for the quarterback. I'm sure they're prepared to stay competitive. So, yeah, maybe they might stick with a deal. I feel like they might work a deal. They could probably work a deal. At the same time, I don't. Because this, again, has been going on since, like, training camp. Remember the holdout I think he had with training camp? I'm not sure if I'm correct. But those are the situations. Well, that's going to be it for the video. I just want to, like, say that these videos, they take long to upload and edit as well. And it was a very busy semester for me. I had lots of work for classes and stuff. So that's why I couldn't really upload. I didn't have much free time at all to really upload anything. I could have uploaded on the weekends, but I just didn't feel like it because these videos take long. Sometimes I don't have any ideas for videos. I'm thinking about doing other ideas for videos. But thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for sticking with me. And make sure you subscribe and share this video. As always, peace.
Stay off the damn weed. And they don't listen.